Namaste everyone. So here we are again for yet another topic, and we are almost towards the sunset. So I'll be having a little sounds apart from my own voice, which is my surroundings voice. So please acknowledge it and welcome it with my voice as well. So, the topic of discussion here is, of course, some mosquitoes around me, is like how we can see ourselves. So, those who will be attending, like coming here for the first time, and those who are still coming, I would like to repeat it once again that whatever I say are primarily like based on Shastras, and also how I implement them in my life and how I see them unfolding and supporting me in my own given life. So it's like a mix of Shastric understanding in my own, like in the given life. So in the given life, it means that my life is same and very similar to every one of us. It's not like I'm also living a human life, so that's how it can help us to like understand, like whatever I'm going to say next. So what generally, excuse me, so what generally happens that there are multiple ways, of course, to acknowledge like how we see ourselves, but there are like if we choose a too broader category, then there are two major categories, which is either we see ourselves as someone special, or we see ourselves someone as common, like a layman generally. So the interesting part is like we can choose either way, of course, and it have its own effect in our mind. And when there is an effect in our mind, of course it will manifest in our life. So that's how it goes, like simple math. At least that part of my math I know. uh, Not very great in it, but these little logic is like seemingly simple to my mind now. so um, so, what is this mindset of thinking ourselves as a special? So, the basic idea is, which we generally do, like we all do this, like seeing that okay, uh, it's a feeling of you are in the crowd, and the other perspective of like feeling yourself as common is you are among the crowd. So if you are having this feeling, oh, like certain thing happened and it's like, oh, it just happened to me, or you, even if you don't say it aloud, you feel that it has just happened to you or someone, even if it's something good or bad, we just this perspective make us feel as if it is just happening to us. And in the other hand, when we see that uh, other life events, how they affect for a person, those who think that they are common, it's just like one of the event. It happened to me, it happened to everyone, and it just keep happening, of course in different name and form, but it does happen to each and everyone. So whichever life events we go through, they are not alien to us. Like someone can choose to choose a career path, someone can choose to be a freelancer, get married, not get married, nothing new. Like everything is like pretty much now been covered. But when we see our like how like our other like early civilizations were, they were like very like kind of like narrow approach, or I will say more one-lined approach, that they know that their elders have done something, so they was following certain path. Of course it goes only well when they learn something which is helpful and nourishing for the generation, not like something which is not helpful in general. So whatever I'm saying, it just consider that it is only what nurtures us, only what supports us, and give and contribute into holistic well-being, not otherwise. So whatever is otherwise is not in my like topic of discussion. And so moving forward, so the whole idea is that we act in three levels. Of course, physically we act like I'm acting with my hands, with my words, and also mentally, the thoughts are actions. So even if you're not thinking, for example, that you are, see, my hand movements are more than required because I'm just removing mosquitoes around me. Yeah, that's a part and parcel of being in rainy season, after rainy season when the sunshine comes. So yeah, okay, coming back to the topic. So what generally happen is, when we think ourselves as special, we may not be very explicit about it, but there is this sense which keeps coming to our mind very subtly. Okay, I'm doing this thing differently, so I am in some way different from the others. And I will not say that even I'm saying this, it does happen to me. That's what I'm trying to say, that we all share common experiences. And that's how, like, I also feel that way. Oh, maybe I'm eating in this way. So, that subtle thought comes in. And then when it comes, I catch it there, and it has been practiced. Otherwise, I go into my own loop of feeling myself different, and then it just negates the whole idea of doing the sadhana, and also the whole point of feeling unity among us, like feeling that we are all together in all the experiences. Some may experience something before, some may experience it after, it doesn't matter, but the whole point is we do experience more or less similar things in different ways. Of course, that is for us to acknowledge. And when you are thinking yourself like yourself as common, then we have this like not very too much emphasis on ourselves. So there is a very important thing to acknowledge, that when we are thinking ourselves special, like हिंदी में हम ऐसे कई बार बोल देते हैं शब्द खास, कि हम अपने आप को एक अलग सा महसूस महसूस होता है. That is like for us to feel. Sometimes we do not really say it, but we feel it mostly. So that's where we have to see, when we are feeling it, it makes us more self-centered. And trust me, because I have done it and keep moving back and forth, it is not helpful for our larger life. Like when we say that we, like our like life is like moving from this special feeling to being natural, which is like how we say, like common people, like those who just get married at certain age, give birth, and whatever, like retire, like whatever is this, whatever is there, we have listened or heard. Or even there can be some other way also, like exploring and then coming back, and then whatever, getting married, whatever is it, like something which we share, like okay, everybody is married, like everybody, when I say, like most of us, those who are in age of that particular kind, they get married. So it's not something very bewildering in general. But when we want to add something like special, like attributes to it, then we just focus unnecessarily there and invest our most of the energy there, and what we miss is the transition from natural to real. So I will not say the like what real is, because I will plainly say that I don't know, but that is something which is our true essence. So I also work towards it through the sadhana, of course. And of course we are all invited to do that, but if we are focusing on this part, more special, more than natural, then of course we are not investing any time from being natural to real, like the authentic one. When people say, be yourself, be that authentic you, it doesn't mean that you have to like manifest or like aggravate your speciality. So it's not your real self. Real self is way away from that idea. So if I will say that this process is very very crucial and yet difficult. So it's very important to keep observing your mind, because mind play with itself. So see that how your thoughts are coming first, and then how you're acting and how you are using your words. And even when sometimes we say, like we are not like, we can convince ourselves, justification is one of the mind's like amazing cunningness, or I will say skill, which bluffs us to see like what is really going on. So just see that if we really want to feel grounded and keep doing our action with ease, it's very important to understand ourselves as one of the commoner. And whatever I have said, it will only make sense if we are serious for purifying our mind. And whatever I have said is just a pointer for you to explore. I am just sharing what I have experienced and how I have learned with my teachers and how I see it. Like, I see it like, oh my god, yes, I am thinking myself as something different here. And that doesn't take me, of course, like, where it will take me. It will just make me away from the real self. So, when I acknowledge it, I of course try to tone the gear or change the whole pace of my thought. So, this is coming from pure experience and how I see like Shastras are meant to help us, guide us. So I will just say that in a gist, that thinking yourself one among the crowd is a very lovely idea, and whatever our rishis have mentioned, our teachers have mentioned, following their steps in a way that support our holistic well-being really makes it very simple, because they have done it already. So why we have to like put unnecessary work which we know that has been already experienced in its totality. Of course we can try our own ways, but of course we want to, like, everybody want to make sense of what they are. If it is not the question, then whatever I've said will make no sense to you, but at least to some. So still I share it. I really hope this might have been helpful to you in any ways. To just close, I will say take care of yourself. Namaste.